Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old fast sub rogue trickster build. If you're curious, the guide for trickster build is on the Patreon. You can sign up for 7 days for free. We do have a few members, Harry, Mr. Alexel, and we also have Royce. I appreciate all three of you for joining the good old fast watchdog gang. And that's what we're basically calling ourselves now for the channel. But that's pretty much that. Now there is going to be an extended version of this video, so I'm going to basically be explaining, the losses as well on the Patreon. So there's going to be a few extra clips and stuff like that. So if you're interested in extra content, it's majorly going to be rogue content, maybe other guides, but on the Patreon, there may be like an entire different video on the Patreon, just every now and then. But yeah, make sure you guys check it out. This is our first game, pretty much, that we logged on Rogue. Obviously, the inflation hasn't done much. I'm not gonna lie. I think the inflation for Arena is terrible. I think it's one of the worst it's been in a long time. I think if all they would have to do is, now hear me out, put 2s to 3K, put Blitz to 35 or 3600, put Solo Shuffle to 35 or 3600, put 3v3 Arena at around 3300, and that's pretty much how you fix the problem here. That way the tryhards are able to get high rated, and it doesn't, mess up anybody else who's trying to just play with their friends and, maybe try and hit their first time Glad. Like, it's almost impossible for me to queue with somebody and hit Gladiator unless I absolutely, it's difficult. It's possible, but it's not possible at the same time. Like, you have to teach that person all the way up. Like, that person has to be already a 2800 3K player to have a chance at getting Gladiator, and it's been like that for a very long time. So hopefully, they do end up realizing that making it easier for the casual player to actually push is 10 times better than focusing on the 3 AWC players that still play the game. That's not a that was not a shot. That is just a factual statement. There's like 5 teams that literally control the AWC, and they've controlled the AWC for the last 20 years. Nothing ever changes. There's no new teams, and if there is, they're always like top 8. They just get absolutely slumped. But back to my example with this build. This build's obviously going to be better overall. Now your burst will be a little worse, and I will have other stuff coming in the future. We're gonna have a new mic, a better mic, because somebody said before I start streaming in the future I should get a better mic. So if anybody has any mics that I should get, let me know down below. But yeah, we'll be getting another monitor, new mic, because obviously I'm still using these, a headset one that's not really meant for that. So I'll be buying me something good. But as you can see here, you have consistent burst. Now, what consistent burst means is after your Shadow Dance burst, so after your little mini go, your 6-second kidney, you still have damage off of that. So you'll see that our burst is probably a little bit weaker than it was, but overall you're just getting a better thing of life with this build. You're getting more cooldowns, you're getting more overall burst damage. Now you're not going to get more burst damage in the extent of, you know, be in a kidney, but you're going to get damage just consistently on your blades. Even if you don't even have Shadow Dance, you'll see that a lot of my kills, I don't even have Shadow Dance when I kill them. Or it's at the very end. You'll see that I still have some big, big hits coming in. But the build will obviously be down in the description. If you guys want to see any other rogue builds, you guys have any other suggestions, make sure you let me know. But that's pretty much that. So here we're just doing a rotation. You just continue doing your rotation. Putting those full ruptures up on both targets. Obviously, it's always good to put ruptures up on everything because you don't know who you're going to be swapping in between. So, it's good to just have it already ready. And obviously, it's going to tick down their HP. But you're pretty much just waiting for the DRs, stunning the Weir, and then stunning the Mistweaver. Now, if it's great if you can do it yourself, because then you don't have to worry about it. But you'll see here in a second. So here we kidney shot, we cheap shot the Warrior. So that's pretty much our CC go. You kidney shot the off target, and then you cheap shot the main target. Especially if you're not going the healer. If you're going the healer, it's a little bit different. You're able to kidney the healer and then cheap shot the Warrior. But you want to make sure you CC the off target first. And that's pretty much all you're going to be doing as a rogue. Unless you have a teammate that can do, coordinated CC with you, that's pretty much how you're going to be able to do your, CC chain. and that's pretty much all there is to it. Especially when you're playing with an H-Foul that can spam rep, it's really nice. So like here, he hodges, I kidney, he's going to rep off it, or I'm going to blind, we'll see. So here I blind, off that he can rep, or I'm going to vanish that. We'll see what happens. So vanish, it looks like he reps, so I didn't even have to vanish. But usually that's how you would basically blind sap. You know, stun, blind, sap. And I still don't have my my S arena fixed on this account, even though it's similar to my other one. The ratios and stuff are kind of a little bit buggy, so I'll have to get that fixed. I will be playing high-rated games on my main. I've been leveling a ton, but we will have high-rated solo shuffle, threes, blitz. Like we're gonna have a lot of that just consistently coming out. So you know, just be patient, but they will be coming out soon. Obviously, I've literally just been spam leveling, so you know that's pretty much that. So pretty much, we're just doing a rotation every time. Again, it's not a very complicated rotation. But again, if you're trying to see the build rotation, you know, you can go to my last builds, you know, my last guides. There is a specific guide for Trickster on my Patreon. So it's the newest video out. There's going to be another video coming out with an extended version of this video. So just keep that in mind. So here we do our opener, we stun the warrior, we smoke bomb so the warrior can't just intervene. Now he intervenes. We get basically we get really good cooldowns right there. The good thing with Trickster build is you're also a dampener. So you're able to, you know, go long runs. Now the only thing that you're not going to be able to consistently beat, and it is kind of unfortunate, but that's just how Sub Rogue is, BM Hunters, Feral Druids, usually Warriors, and then H-Bows. Those four are usually unbeatable. Any solid or anyone that actually clicks CDs, you're just gonna get outdamned. They're gonna have they're basically sub rogues, just 10 times better. But there are situations like these where you just do a lot of damage, and thankfully Mistweaver takes a lot of damage, so we end up taking him out. But as you can see, I didn't even have Shadow Dance there, and we were just pumping. And that's, you know, where that extra flag damage and just consistency comes in. So we got Tank Warrior. You never... I hate to see these as a sub-rogue, except if they misplay, that it's great. So here we do our opener. He trinkets immediately. We're just going to start pumping behind him. That sounds... that sounded sus, but... Prop Paladin actually is really insane. People think that Prop Paladin is a joke, but it actually is really good. It's... As you can see, that guy literally 40 to 100 him with one heal. I think that was a Wog. Yeah, it was a wall, because he would have, my nameplates would have said he used Lay on Hands. But they do a ton of healing. This comp could easily, and this is an 1800 comp. Like, these guys are playing these versus real teams. Because right now, I'd say 1800 plus in Arena is pretty high. Like, you're going to face multi-glads and stuff like that. It's actually insane how, like, little the MMR has done. I wish they would actually go in and fix it, but it's just going to be like the same. Nobody's going to play it. And that's just how everyone's just going to be playing Blitz and Solo Shuffle again. Arena's been dead for like 3 expansions, unfortunately. I haven't played Arena since Shadowlands because I think it sucks. I think Arena's boring. But, you know, there are situations like these where I log on, I play like an hour or like 35 minutes. And this is pretty much what these games are. I literally just logged on. I literally put helping healers for free. And then I get one, and then we just play games like these. So that's pretty much all I'm doing with this video is, you know, we're getting a little bit of content out, especially rogue content, because obviously it doesn't take a long amounts of time for me to put a video together, because you guys actually do enjoy the rogue content, so, you know, I'm fine with, you know, spending an hour out of my day to, you know, getting some. But we gouged the angel, because obviously any type of CC is going to immediately break that angel, which is kind of nice. But thankfully here, pretty much the game ends because he ended up using so many cooldowns when he didn't have to. Like that sack, he used it when the guy was 100% HP and I had nothing. Here's an example of getting outplayed. Now, this is what you want to do versus the rogue. It is a double DPS, so they probably didn't have a chance to begin with. But you'll see how to play versus the rogue. So what we do is we're going to open. When my healer gets CC, we're going to immediately vanish. You'll see the rogues is going to open. And they always do this. They're always going to CC the healer first, so we're looking out for the CC. We're going to vanish right now. So before the rogue can even do anything, we already vanish. So that's basically a whole DR that's double wall for free. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to try to sap this guy. If we can sap him, great, but our goal is to wait off DR, and then we're going to shadowy duel him and do our go. That way the rogue isn't able to connect with us, and then we can vanish the second time. So here we do our go. We flag him, we cloak coil. Yep, we already do it. We're going to vanish the moment he sees these, so we're going to vanish. So we pre-vanish. We're going to cheap shot him. He's going to trinket. And then off that, if he doesn't click Shadow Blades, we don't press anything. Because if he clicks Blades and I trinket, then he can't kill me in a Shadowy Duel. But if I trinket a Non's Blades, then he's going to kill me in a Shadowy Duel. So at this point, we just gouge him. We disarmed him, so he basically, he's hoping to get another go off. Thankfully, we kidney him here. My guy can deal rep him, and we're just going to kill this guy. I have Trinket and Evasion still to my availability, so even if the Rogue tries to Shadowy Duel Blades me, I have Trinket Evasion, it's over. That's pretty much how you beat a Sub-Rogue. Use your cooldowns when they have Shadow Blades, and 9 times out of 10, you're not going to die. The only time a Rogue kills you is with Shadow Blades, and that is a fact. Unless it's like Rogue Mage and somehow the Mage just has unhealable damage. But like more than likely, if the Rogue isn't clicking Blades, you're not going to die. This guy lives at 1%. 1% HP. Now again, I'm not even in best in slot. I'm still in blues with this character. Obviously on my main, I'm going to have everything. Because this was just a carry. This is just what I do for carries. I didn't really think I'd need best in slot to win games. But this is pretty much how a normal game's going to go. We almost ended up killing him, but unfortunately we didn't, which is really bad for us because these are comps that should never lose to us. But thankfully, if the warrior messes up or if he does certain things that if he disarmed me immediately and then on my trinket he feared me, that's all you would have to do. Or if he used his stun and I trinketed it right off my evasion, there's just so many things that you can do to absolutely just brutalize rogues. But thankfully, he didn't really do any of them, so all I had to do is trinket, just keep pumping. This water tastes so bad. It's been sitting here for a minute. I thought I was going to get a good old-fashioned ice-cold water. Never mind. But, yeah, you're pretty much just keeping up your ruptures, and that's all you're doing. It's pretty much just a basic thing. And this guy ended up trying to fake cast me. Unfortunately, he does not get it. Again, if you're going to kick somebody, do it after they fake cast, especially if you've seen them fake cast before. So, like, after this guy does that, I'm literally just looking for those, because I know every healer that fake casts once, they're going to do it every single time. So usually, unless they get, like, once they get to about 50%, they're going to recast, and then right on the recast, so about 20% in, you're going to kick. And that's pretty much how I catch all these guys, because when you fake cast, they always do it at a certain time. And I always kick at different times. So sometimes it can be right on the cast, sometimes it can be at 50%. It's such an RNG with fake casting, some people. So here this guy bops me at 1%. Thankfully, it did save me. Here we gouge him, even if it's for a second, to allow us to top us off. That was kind of Ayo. But here he ends up actually bubbling. I think he thought I was going to CC him. The problem with bubbling there is he had Trinket available. Your warrior is 80% HP. I have no blades, and he bubbles. This is what lost him the game. Because now he has to, he's gonna trinket most likely, the rep. Yep, so they double trinket. I Shadowy Duel. Normal circumstances, he's not gonna die. And yes, he does not die. He almost actually kills me, by the way. He almost 60-0s me during that. During my go. That's hilarious. But at this point, he has nothing. We blind here. Unfortunately, good fear by my guy here. Yeah, that was just a terrible blind because we didn't... Actually, it wasn't really that bad, to be honest, because we have rep available, so, like, we have mini goes to, So, yeah, we get sack out of it anyway. So, yeah, it was a good blind. So, all we're going to do now is, again, you got to look out for these saps, because there are situations to where you're going to get it. And you'll see here, this guy's probably going to get hodged, and we're looking for that sap, because if we get a sap, that's great for us. So, here we rupture him. I'm going to disarm him on his burst. I'm getting my combo points ready for a kidney shot. He disarms me, my guy hodges him, I'm going to vanish, and I'm looking for that sap. Because all I need is a second. 1 second, boom, sap, now we open immediately, and my guy can DR rep off it, I can cheap shot off it, there's a lot of things that we can do. But we're just trying to keep our go alive, and that's pretty much how we're going to do it. So here we just stun him, even if it's for a second, and again, we don't even have Shadow Dance, and we take him out, just having that extra damage from Trickster. But this is pretty much all there is to it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see something specific, make sure you comment. Otherwise, check out my Patreon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace, peace.